Hi. So I am really excited. One of my good friends and someone, Nadia, who actually comes to the office and works with me on social media, had met one of a great comedian. His name is Kvon. Moezzi. I hope I said that right because I'm really bad at saying names. I just murder them. And he's going to join us in a few minutes. And he is a stand-up comedian and actor from LA. He's doing a tour in the United States and will be here in San Francisco, I believe, on August 19th and in Sacramento on August 15th. And I was watching some of his videos and, creative content that he does. And he's just fabulous. He's a great resource to kind of pick his brain about how he got into the business, what really inspired him. He's the I would say northern Californian sort of person. He's actually from Reno, I believe. I kind of consider that Northern California because we always go to Tahoe. We try to go to Tahoe as much as possible. It's just one of our favorite places to be. But anyway, it's just on the other side of the border, right, Reno? So I am waiting for him to jump on. I'm going to pick his brain about like what he has, what his life or his journey, maybe more of his journey to becoming an on-camera talent and how that's evolved for him now, and what's been his biggest drive and inspiration because just being a stand-up comedian. Hi, Katie. Of course, you know this, Katie. Being a stand-up comedian is probably one of the hardest things in the business to sustain. So, yes. Are you still introducing him? Yes, he's watching right now. So as soon as, hey, Kvon. So all you have to do is just click on the bottom menu. Kvon is a stand-up comedian who's been touring the country for a while. He's also toured the world for quite a few years. He has a lot of content on his website. You can look him up on kvoncomedy.com and see what he's all about. Hello, dude. How are you?
I just had to come, casually late, Persian style to the camera. How are you?
That's awesome. I'm good. So where did you come from? You flew in today.
I was
where?
in Seattle, Washington, and my plan was to land at noon, get here by 1, relax, and then go live, live with Rosie, of course. But no, it didn't work out like that. The plane was delayed in Sacramento. And anyways, I finally made it here, threw off my motorcycle helmet, and I got right in front of this little light right here and said, okay, now she can see me, I hope, but we'll see.
That's why you got the cap? Helmet
Oh,
hair?
yes. Motorcycle. Well, I thought about coming on camera like this. I don't know if you've ever had anything like this, but I would have just been sitting there like this. So, yeah, it's been really rough doing comedy, but it's also a fun career.
Yeah. No, I got a lot of friends in comedy, and I totally get it. It's a solitary career. I think is that the word? I don't know if that's the right word, but it's a lot of I saw on your resume. I was just scrolling through everything, and it said skills
Oh, yeah.
salesperson. So I think part of being an actor, you have to be have this entrepreneurial mind. And being a stand-up
It's
comedian,
true.
you have to go out there and sell yourself in a lot of different ways. So what made you want to get into stand-up comedy?
Well, I've always loved stand-up comedy. I would watch, have you ever seen those shows? When I was little, I would watch, they were called Comic Relief. Do you remember that? It was a charity event.
Yeah, I remember that.
I wish they would bring that back. It was Billy Crystal, Whoopi Goldberg, and Robin Williams. And they made me laugh so much. They were like fantastic. I'm like, I want to do that for a living one day. And everyone's like, you can't do that, And so that was my goal, to figure out how do I become a stand-up comedian. And it is not an easy path. It's not easy. Yeah. Yeah. So I've been doing stand-up comedy for the last 12 years, and I had a regular day job first.
Uh-huh. Wow. So you've been doing it since you're like 5.
I wish.
That's awesome. Actually, you know what? I saw a note here that it's easy for a white guy. So let's just clarify your ethnic background here, because you use some of it in your stand-up shows. And you know what's really funny? I'll tell that later. But can you give a little bit of your background?
Well, I am known as the most famous half Persian comedian in the entire world. My father's an immigrant from another land far, far away, and he met a girl from Iowa, and they got married and had a little half breed, half Persian, half Scottish, hairy Potish. And luckily, I'm the most famous because I'm the only half Persian comedian out there. So that is definitely helping me stay right at the top. If another one comes out, I'll have to kill him, and I will retain my title. But and I grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I always saw big stand-up comedians coming into Las Vegas, and I just wasn't allowed to go watch them because Vegas is a very 21 and over town. And I'm jealous of Bay Area people because they have clubs where you can be 15, 17, 19 and go watch these entertainers. So a lot of my Bay Area comedian friends, they got started 3, 4, 5 years before I even was allowed into a comedy club, being from Nevada.
Well, that's really interesting. I didn't know that. You know, when I saw your touring date, that it said 13 and up, and I go, oh, well, of course. Well, he is kind of clean. You know, there are some references there that are a little adultish, but for the most part, you're very clean.
I tell people,
right?
There's nothing in my show that's not in like the movie American Pie, and that's like PG-13 if you watch the right version of it. And the innuendo is always funny because the adults are laughing for one reason, the kids are just laughing at the act out, and they're not understanding the joke in the middle in between there. So I love doing that.
Toy Story does that too.
They do
all those cartoons. Yeah, Pixar.
Disney,
they're pretty good
Warner
at that.
Brothers is the best at it with like Bugs Bunny, and you go back and watch, you're like, these are some dirty ideas in these cartoons, but you didn't know when you were a kid because you're just laughing at the hammer bonking the guy on the head or whatever you saw. So
yeah, it's funny. So
one other thing I try to do is I love having ages 13 and up.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Actually, my friend, we have a little bit of a delay.
Here. Yeah, we have a delay here. But anyways, I was going to say, I love doing shows ages 13 and up because then I can have the kids. I always say, who's first show ever? And all these kids raise their hand. And I say, I know I'm your favorite comedian you've ever seen live for sure so far. Always help.
I thought about taking our kids, but we were invited by friends and they had an extra pair of tickets, and I didn't put 2 and 2 together until just last night. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're already coming to see you.
Oh, that's funny. Well, you know what else is great about inviting kids to a show? Kids like 13, 15, 16-year-olds, they have like 35 friends, and you and I, we don't have 35, 40 friends. We're down to like 4 or 5 friends. So the show fills out way quicker when you got 17-year-olds there.
Yeah, and plus they tell everybody, right? Yeah. And then they go follow you on Instagram and
they're like wizards on social media. They know everything about it.
Oh my gosh. They are. You give a 16-year-old in charge of your social media stuff, and you will have like 1,000 followers by the end of 10 days. It's crazy.
And I got one better than that. My last show I did, there was 9 and 10-year-olds there. And I had these cute girls. I posted a video on my Instagram, Kvon Comedy. I posted a video there. The girls are arguing over how much money they should get for helping me sell T-shirts and DVDs after the show. And they wanted 100% cut of whatever money they sold. And I was trying to explain to them, you don't get 100%. They're like, but it's our money. I was like, no, there's cost of goods sold. I was giving them a whole business lesson. It was they ended up winning in the long run, but I gave them some free T-shirts and sunglasses for
Well, as long as they build your brand, they get out there and they keep on selling you.
Yeah, so I felt her. I go, how much do you think you should get? She goes, all the money. I go, whoa, they start young now. So everyone was laughing about it.
Yeah, they're good business people. Yeah, they are. They know.
Yeah, they start, they're just like Trump. You negotiate. You start high, you meet in the middle. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I wish I learned that a long time ago.
So true.
So did you start off as an actor? Or you were just a funny person, and then you decided to make these sketch comedy?
Well, sketches are great. I started out with stand-up because it's the most accessible. No one's gonna put you on a set or anything, but you go on stage, it's just you. No, it's just me and the microphone. So I started with stand-up comedy, and then I started auditioning after that. Oh, it looks like we have a delay. Let me see. I'm trying to. Can you hear me? It started to freeze a little bit, so I on this. You can. Okay, making sure you were frozen for. Mm-hmm. Two Wi-Fi's. It's going to be like tips passing. Okay, then I'll try to keep answering. Well, you just froze, but I'm going to answer anyways. There we go. So stand-up. Yeah, I can hear you. Doing stand-up is addictive. Making people laugh is addictive. So once you make people laugh from the stage, you want to make videos because those last a long time. Stage is in, it's it's just instant and it's done. Those, like, if you make a great sketch video that lasts, it can go viral. People share it. So that's when I started producing things for on camera and like uploading them, and that makes a big difference because YouTube blew up, and that's how a lot of my shows will sell out now because people know me from YouTube. Read the comments. I think we froze completely.
Working?
Mm-hmm.
No? Yes?
Uh-huh.
It's working now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I need like a foil hat and I need to touch the Wi-Fi box in order for this to work. So I'm like two
Put
feet above the Wi-Fi box. Can you
put your
believe
toe
that?
on the Wi-Fi box and stand outside the window and hold one arm in the air.
I think I'm just gonna. Well, how many? How big was your crew when you
There
went
we
out
go.
and you
There
did
we
all
go.
your? That is that a top secret information?
Oh, which one?
How big was your crew when you went out and you filmed
Well, it would depending on the
Rambo?
day. Sometimes it'd just be me and the cameraman, and other times it was a group of like 14 of us. It was fun.
Oh,
Yeah, we the sketch series was called Rainbow,
Rainbow.
the deadliest gay soldier the U.S. military ever created. And the idea was he was a super soldier. No one could fight him, and he had a very unorthodox way of fighting. He would throw glitter in your eyes and snap your neck. He would drop out of a tree and choke you with a glow stick. And it's totally like a Naked Gun, 33 and a Third, those type of movies, Airplane,
Uh-huh.
and people were laughing
Uh-huh.
and sharing those. And after that, I just started posting stand-up videos only for the last year after that.
Oh, so can anybody just go and watch Rainbow? How do you say it
Yeah,
again?
Rainbow instead of
Rainbow?
Rambo. Well, the idea
Rainbow.
is Hollywood is changing all the characters. So if it's Hamilton, President Hamilton, well, we're gonna make him black. If there was a man in the role of James Bond, we're gonna make it Jane Bond. So I was like, well, why don't they turn one of the most fierce soldiers into a gay character? That way, they can help with the diversity initiative.
Uh-huh.
So
So there was a purpose behind it. Got it.
yes, it was just add one more to the Hollywood social justice pot.
That was fun. Could anybody see like the whole entire
Yeah, if you go on,
was it a series?
it was a series for Instagram. It was
Uh-huh.
1 minute installments, and then we pieced them all together. And basically, it's kind of like it's like we Frankenstein this whole thing together to make it into a 22-minute movie, and it worked out pretty well. So you see all these comedians you might recognize acting in it, and it's very tongue in cheek. Like if you're expecting a cinematic experience, just lower your standards and watch a bunch of idiot comedians goofing around out there.
So we can go to your Instagram TV and watch that whole thing.
I put it all on YouTube. After it was done on
Oh,
Instagram,
YouTube.
yeah, we put it on youtube.com/Kvon comedy. There's that. I did a bunch of sketches instead of Uber. There's a service that's free for women. They give you free rides, but they're really nerdy men that just, they don't ever get a chance to talk to women. So this is their chance to socialize. It's called Goober. So that was one of the big sketches we did. And ladies could call it Goober.
Uh-huh.
It's free, but you have to talk to the nerd the whole way. And it's almost not even worth it. It's Goober. So that was another one we did. We did one of what happened in Babylon. That was a sketch series called What Happened in Babylon. And what it is, we take all these Bible stories that everybody knows and say, well, what really happened? For instance, like you know how men in the old days would say, I'm going off to battle. We must fight. And the women like, don't go. We must go. And then they went marching off. It turns out they went to Vegas for the weekend. Well, you know, they went to Babylon for the weekend. And then they came home, and of course they got in fist fights, but you know, they weren't that beat up, and they're like, we were victorious. Yes, they had just gone to Vegas. So, you know, men have been sneaking around for generations, I believe.
You're just revealing all the secrets.
Yeah, we're just
That's awesome.
So yeah, so these videos, some people get pissed off, some people laugh, some people take it for what it is. These are all just jokes, and then we use that when we go to perform live to fill the comedy clubs with people who like your work. So it's been a really good experience.
That's awesome. So who's your biggest fan in your family?
Oh, wow. That's hard to say. I mean, my whole family wants me to do something else. So let's think about who hates comedy the least in my family. No, my whole family loves comedy. They just don't think anyone in their family should be doing it. I think you know, my uncle was a big fan. My dad comes to shows. I tell them don't come to every show. I don't want them at every show. It takes away from like, hey, a lot of my jokes, we twist the truth, we embellish. And then if you got a family member there, that's not true. He didn't do that way. I was there. It's like, hey, shut up. So, but I did invite my dad and my uncle on a cruise ship. I performed on a cruise, and there was like 1,000 people in this theater. And it went really well, and I got a standing ovation. And then I said, and that's my dad and my uncle right there. And they're both like 72 and 79 years old, and the whole crowd like acknowledged them. It was a really cool experience.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. I'm sure it was really cool for them, you know, to see you up there and have this room filled with people and
it was
just watching you, you know, and it's a magical moment for them.
Well, the show went well. They put the spotlight on them. They waved. I got a standing ovation, and then I got off, and the cruise director said, you're fired. You'll never work on this cruise again. I had said one bad word in the 45 minutes I was on stage, and it was just part of the thing, and I went through the whole thing, and he's like, you said the bad word. You can't work here anymore. He's some like Italian guy, or I don't know where the hell he was from, but he's like, I heard it. You can't do that. I'm like, dude, they love the show. Relax. And he's like, no. And he ran off and got me fired. So I was like, that's the way to go out. Dad and uncle, and said, I'm never working this cruise ship again.
Oh, that's okay, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bucket list thing. You get to work for a cruise ship, and it's done.
Yes.
So
one and done.
Yeah.
If I had bombed and they threw me overboard, I'd be like, I get it, you know. But when you do well, you're like, you can't give me one. And the word, am I allowed to say a bad word on your channel?
Yeah.
Okay. The word was bullshit. And the reason I said bullshit was because the guy came late to my show. I go, you missed the whole show. And he was like an Indian guy. He's like, the flyer said 8 p.m. I go, no, 7 p.m. It's over at 8. And he's like, oh, okay. I go, as he's walking away, I go, that guy's like, this is bullshit. I will get the flyer. And everyone was laughing so much. Even the guy was laughing. And that's when the guy said, you're fired after 45 minutes of doing fairly well on the show. Oh. And you know what? Now that I think about it, it was bullshit.
So, but what did you do after that? When you were done with your, with the cruise ship gig, did you move on to, like, did you have a tour after that scheduled? Or
yes.
I'm just curious. Yes.
I basically did a world tour after that. I did a European tour, Australia, and now I'm coming to San Francisco, Sacramento, and then Scotland. So it's been a fun year.
Oh. So what's your favorite place to go to perform?
Sacramento.
Really?
Sacramento. Yes, because it's close to the Bay Area if you need to go there. But what I love about Sacramento, free parking.
Oh, well, that might not last now that you said that.
I know. But when I go to San Francisco, one time I got a hotel for $85 a night. I'm like, I'm doing great. But my parking spot was $90 a night at the hotel.
Yep.
Like, what? You might as well sleep.
What the hell?
Yeah, why is the parking spot more than the bed, the room, the lamp, the phone? So I don't understand you guys in the Bay Area, but I'm about to come see you. So
I did that same thing. I got a deal at this great hotel in Union Square. It was Thanksgiving weekend. We took the kids up, hung out. Our car cost more than our hotel room.
yes. See,
Yeah.
San Francisco, you got to get that under control. And another thing I've been doing, that I really love is every time I go to a new town, I make a video. I don't know if you've seen it. It's kind of a sketch. It's all the funniest things I found out about your town in under 1 minute.
Yeah.
So we just finished San Francisco and we posted it today. So I might put it in the comments under here.
Oh, that was today?
Yes, I posted it today.
Because I watched that.
Oh, you did?
I did not know. Yeah, I didn't know that the fortune cookie was born here.
Yes.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Or the little, flexi straw. Had no idea.
Straw was invented in San Francisco, and now it's been banned in San Francisco, all in the same.
Yes.
And what's funny about that is now you guys want to use paper straws, and I tried it, and they work great for the first 3 sips. And after that, it feels like you're licking a tampon or something. It's like stuck to your lip, and you got to peel it off and just. So it's not as good as you guys make it seem.
Or there's the metal straws now. Like, okay.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
My brother's a dentist.
You have to buy your straw.
He's going to love that a lot of people are using metal straws. That's going to help his business grow exponentially, I think.
Okay. I'm going to have to go do some research on that now.
Yeah. When you lose a few teeth going, and the boba people, the boba people are not happy. You do not want to mess up. Don't piss off the Taiwanese, Vietnamese, and Chinese. They can't get a straw. How are you going to get the boba in your mouth?
That's a good point.
Yep.
That's a good point. They'd have to make extra big boba straws.
I read all about it. They're not happy about this. So.
No. I'm going to go look that up now. See if there's any options. But anyway, well, thank you. I'm really excited that I'm going to get to see you.
Yes.
And if anybody wants to come see you, can we post a link here? And
yeah, if you want to see, just Google Kvon Comedy, KVON Comedy. Or just go on my website, or we're going to post a link below, and you're going to find that the show is in San Francisco on Sunday, and if you're far away from San Fran, then you can come to the Sacramento show, which is on Wednesday. Yeah,
we got some audience friends here that are watching. They're in Sacramento, so
great. We
can spread the word that you're going to be there, and it'll be a great show, and kids can join as long as they're 13 and up, right?
PG-13, that's right. And trust me,
the
kids know way worse words than the parents these days.
Don't tell me. I'm a parent of a 13 and a 16-year-old.
Oh, they could teach you a few words that you'd be like, I didn't know that was a thing.
No, I'm going to be monkey don't hear. No, don't tell me.
Cool.
I don't see either. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually a very good spying parent.
Oh, good. Oh, helicopter parent. You swoop in and you see what.
No, I'm a stealth parent.
Stealth.
I just I find out things.
Oh, I didn't. That's cool. All right. Well, no, it's great. I'm glad we have a common connection with Big Al.
Yeah, he's a cousin. He's a second cousin of mine.
That's cool. The first time I ever performed in San Francisco was with Rosie's cousin, who brought me out there. We had a great show, and I've been back a few times since. And then I've seen a few movies with Big Al when I'm in San Antonio, Texas, I think. He's down there now.
Yeah.
So
I heard he moved. Yeah.
Yes.
I heard through the grapevine in our family that he had moved. Yeah. And then I saw it on Facebook.
That's how it happened.
Awesome. Well, I'll let you rest.
Yes.
I'm really excited, and I'll get to see you again.
I will. I'll see you Sunday. Make sure you come say hi. And I just posted on your wall the link and the San Francisco in under 1 minute video so people can laugh at that.
Cool.
All right.
Take care.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.